Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Welcome to the latest edition of Morning Coffee. It is Friday, April 28th. Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, your host. Welcome to the broadcast. Today we have one of the baby's coffees out of Key West, one of the two names that I will not mention on the air. Just being smart about making sure YouTube doesn't have an issue of anything. Very tasty, though. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button and like the video as we go along. If you do, follow us on Twitter, Florida LX, on Facebook and Instagram at FLA, LAX, NEWS, on the web at FloridaLacrosseNews.com. Also, make sure to check out our broadcast on Varsity Sports Network, as well as checking out all the other various providers of information around the state. Excuse me. And also to make sure that you contact us for sales and marketing opportunities. We had one game left in the regional semifinals. Oak Hall with the 10-8 win over Episcopal School, having to deal with, I'm guessing, maybe as much as a 2-hour rain delay after the third quarter. And before finishing up the game, Episcopal making a run in the fourth quarter, but not being able to catch them. Good luck to Oak Hall as they go on to Saturday. And best wishes to the Episcopal School seniors, like we say with all seniors who play their final game. Congratulations. Thanks for everything you've done. We look forward to, if you're playing at the next level, following you, and good luck with your futures if you're not. Okay, let's see. Before we get into the previews of the regional finals, let's get through all of the college and the news. The Sunshine State Conference semifinals were yesterday. On the men's side, number 1 Rollins, 17-9 over number 4 St. Leo. Mikey Berkman, 5 goals, 2 assists. Jack Johnstone, 3 goals and assist. Justin Williams, 2 goals and assist, and 3 others with 2 goals each for St. Leo on the loss. And very nice surprise, interesting surprise. Number 3, Florida Southern, with the 12-10 win over number 2 Tampa. Lloyd Hamilton, in his tweet, pointed out that this is the first time in, I guess, 7 years, if not ever, that the Tampa men are not going to win the conference. And that's just another one of those signs of growth. Sean Nolan, 4 goals and assists, and 8 others with a goal for Florida Southern. Jackson Bashaw, 4 goals, and Daniel Fitzpatrick, 2 goals and assists for Tampa in the loss. We'll see if this means Tampa is not going to get an invitation. And that would be extremely interesting, just on a pure factual basis, that last year's undefeated national champs might not make the D2 tournament this year. Also yesterday, the Sunshine State Conference women, number 1 Tampa, 12-10 over number 4 Embry-Riddle. Gia Colombo, 2 goals and an assist. Sarah Hinkle and Lizzie Pierpont, 2 goals each in the win. Kenley Zeruto, 4 goals and an assist in the loss. And Aubrey Fixon had 16 saves also in the loss. Number 2, Florida Southern, 15-13 over number 3 Rollins. Madison Tari, 6 goals. Jackie Stoller, 3 goals and 3 assists in the win. Carolyn Gastonguay, Abigail Cawley, 3 goals and 2 assists each in the loss. Again, it's going to be very interesting to see how Division II's invitations for at-larges go out. We all know how incredibly difficult the Sunshine State Conference has been on the women's side this year. And let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we could see 3 of the 12 teams going in there. Certainly from a ranking standpoint, they're pretty close to deserving it. On the weekend coming up, Jacksonville men are traveling to Bellarmine on Saturday. The Jacksonville women are hosting Stetson today. Looks like the Florida women are on a bye, or maybe they're in a tournament bid. I'll check on that. Division II men and women, besides the Sunshine State Conference, the Flagler women are hosting Lee in the Gulf South semifinal. And I believe that I'm not 100% sure that the Flagler men are playing this weekend for their conference. We'll check on that. Rollins men are hosting Florida Southern on Sunday, and the Tampa women are hosting Florida Southern also on Sunday. In the NAIA, the Kaiser men will be hosting Weber today in the AAC semifinals. And I think that's a 3:00 start. I believe that's also available online if you want to watch it, if you're not in the area. A couple of the stories that caught my eye: the Sunshine State men's all-conference team came out. I didn't see the women's team yesterday. If it's out today, we'll post it. Tampa report their all-star game players have been named. And USA Lax magazine, Ryan Aaron of St. John Paul was the South Player of the Week. Congratulations, Ryan. I have to get back and check out USA Lacrosse magazines and update you on what they've been doing with our region lately. It's been a couple of weeks since I checked out, and it's time to catch up with them too. And a shout out to Chris Farini of Mitchell. He was actually named the Mitchell High School Male Athlete of the Year. I don't know how many other high schools have this feature, and if they named a lacrosse player either on the boys or the girls side. Either way, if you know that one of them besides Chris, send it in to us, Lee at FloridaLacrosseNews.com, so I can make sure to give that particular person their due also. So congrats, Chris. Let me just get the NLL score and stuff out of the way. And if you wonder why I do cover NLL, believe it or not, that NLL article I put up yesterday is actually the most read one today. Rochester hosting, these are all Saturday games. Rochester hosting Philadelphia, Albany hosting Buffalo, Georgia hosts Halifax, San Diego hosts Colorado, Vancouver hosts New York, Las Vegas is hosting Saskatchewan. I believe this is the last weekend of the regular season. Buffalo at 13-4 and Toronto 13-5 are vying for first place in the East. I assume Toronto's done with their schedule. San Diego 13-4 and Calgary 13-5, dueling for it in the West. Dane Smith and Jeff Teat are leading the league with 126 points each. Teat's got 51 goals, Connor Fields and Robert Church for 50. Okay, we've cleared the field. Let's take a sip, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you can. Okay, all the games on the girls' side are scheduled for today, and all the games on the boys' side are scheduled for tomorrow. So tonight, St. Stephen's is hosting Community School. You can get a little bit more detail on what I think about these games, when you watch the Varsity Sports Network broadcast. If you don't catch it at their replay times today, I'll ask them to put it up on YouTube for easy viewing over the weekend. I do see St. Stephen's winning this game over Community School. It's hard to say, though, if I didn't really have a chance. Like last year, I had a chance on FHS to catch a couple of those area games on the girls' side. I didn't really have a chance to do that this year. But I think St. Stephen's definitely is the favorite going in. Boca Raton hosting St. Thomas. I think those of you who saw what St. Thomas did to Jupiter on the girls' side in the semifinal, I think St. Thomas is going over on that one. Lake Highland Prep is hosting Edgewood. I don't see any reason why Lake Highland doesn't win that one. Plant is hosting Steinbrenner. We've talked about this one a lot as far as why Plant is hosting. And Plant's got a terrific team. There's no doubt about it. I just think that Steinbrenner is the better team this year. American Heritage Del Rey is hosting Benjamin. I think Benjamin's hot streak comes to an end here. Ponte Vedra is hosting Episcopal School. This could be very interesting. We'll see how this one plays out. This could go right down to the wire. Vero Beach is hosting Haggerty. This is arguably the best game of the night. I think that, and I don't think that this is going to be available on a stream, and that would be a shame. I hope I'm wrong on that, but this might very well be the best game. And I have the sneaking suspicion that Haggerty is going to reverse last year's loss in the district final. And I know Shannon will be certainly willing to slap me around a little bit if I'm wrong again this year. Bartram Trail is hosting Lake Mary. Fascinating matchup. On paper, it looks like Bartram should win this one. Lake Mary has been so incredibly up and down and red hot in the second half that God knows what's going to happen in this game. I think this is also an NFHS broadcast. I'll probably try to follow a little bit too. On Saturday, and by the way, I'll probably head over to Boca Raton tonight to catch that game. On Saturday, for some reason, the Max Preps, when I looked at this yesterday, had Plant hosting Mitchell. I would assume that that's the correct way. Plant is the higher seed, and it should be. But I would actually, it might have had Mitchell on the bottom, and that's maybe what threw me off. Benjamin is hosting, and by the way, I think Plant does win the game. Mitchell, though, what a great season getting to a regional final. Congrats to you. Benjamin hosting Lake Highland Prep. Oh, wow. This is a 5:30 game. Benjamin will have this one on YouTube. I would definitely suggest checking in on that one during the game. That should be marvelous. Bowles is hosting Oak Hall. I think that Bowles gets through on that one. Jesuit is hosting Community School. I think this is the sleeper game of the round. Jesuit has been the number one team in the region all season. Community has played and gotten better as the season went on, holding on for the 1-goal win over Cardinal Mooney. And I think this one will be a close game. I still think Jesuit is the favorite. But this is certainly one to watch about the potential for an upset. St. Thomas is hosting Jupiter, the next edition of what is probably going to be a normal 2A final in that region for a while, as other teams are looking to build and chase them. Home field has not been kind the last couple of years in the playoffs for these two teams. Lake Mary is hosting Ponte Vedra. And, what can you say? But you know what? I'll get back to that in a minute. Winter Park is hosting Vero. I expect Winter Park to win that one. St. Andrews is hosting Pinecrest. Sometimes we talk about how tough it is to beat a team 3 times in a year. This is now their 6th meeting between last year and this year. 6th meeting. And, you kind of wonder if at some point Pinecrest is going to sort of solve the problem of being close early in this game and then finding maybe a way to, go through all 4 quarters. Is it likely to happen tonight? No. But again, 6 games in 2 years. At some point, you have to wonder if Pinecrest sort of has a chance to win one of these late in the game. So we'll pay attention to that. Let's get back to Lake Mary and Ponte Vedra. We have been talking about this one all season long. Ponte Vedra, obviously, with an incredible performance against Nice. And Lake Mary has just basically continued to impress all year long. And unfortunately, there's no stream of this game. Maybe if we can convince the coaches, assuming we have a great game out of this, which I'm certainly expecting. Maybe we can convince the coaches to let us put it up on our YouTube channel. After the season's done, maybe in June or so, because I just can't imagine a better regional final over the years. We used to talk about some of the other great rivalries that used to occur in regional finals. This is just one you can't ignore. So I still think that, as you've seen on VSN, I've said that I think this is Lake Mary. I'm not going to weasel out of my prediction at the last minute. I still think that Lake Mary will win the game. But boy, oh boy, this is going to be great. They played in the regular season, but it was the first week of the year. And I'm always leery to give too much emphasis on the first week games. But if you're in that area and you're not, say, a Winter Park fan, because I guess that's the only game in the area that's going to compete for a crowd, this game should have a complete stand. It should have people ringing the field, standing room, the whole bit. Get out into that game and watch it. Okay. By the time we see you on Monday, we'll be ready to go with Final Four predictions. Remember our format last year? We made sure to do deep dives into the teams, bringing you the leading scorers, comparative schedules, power rankings, the whole kit and caboodle. Give you as much detail as we can. I believe Varsity Sports Network will be taping a Final Four preview with me on Monday, and we're going to hopefully be loaded for bear to bring you the best coverage around. And we should all be looking forward to the excitement of this. And maybe on the weekend, if I can, I'm going to do a small taping about the festival in Sebring on May 19th, bringing more details on that. The signups on the National Team Development Program have been steady. If you are interested in seeing where you really stand in the lacrosse world as a high school player, there's no better opportunity than this. The sixes competition, that's going to be a lot of fun. Love to see a lot of kids take a shot at seeing what that's like. You're certainly going to get a lot more touch of the ball than you normally do in a normal club team with regular rules. I think you're going to enjoy the heck out of that. All-star games on Saturday. We'll do a little bit more detail as we go on. Okay, final sip of the day. Again, Key West. Baby's Coffee. And the name that can't not be named. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video, please. If you go out to the games today and tomorrow, hashtag TAFTAG, take a friend to a game. Hashtag lay off the refs. Hashtag lacrosse fan and damn proud of it. And I can tell you that by the end of this weekend, you're going to be even more proud of it as our kids go to battle. Let's always remember, grow the game, respect the game, and honor the game. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning for the next edition of Morning Coffee. And so long from the Sunshine State.